And we are live. Welcome to the process. It is Tuesday, April 26th. I am Josh Engleman, and I am here to break down a 3-game NBA slate, as usual, for this time of the playoffs. So be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. And then follow me on Twitter, at Josh Engleman. Rough slate yesterday. Whew. I mean, 2 blowouts, or at least basically 2 blowouts. Sixers look like crap. Utah, obviously terrible. Nets are going home. Just not good. I mean, Utah put up 77 points. Philly put up 88 points. It's just bad. It's really, really bad. Oh, don't know what we take away from that. Well, Utah, I mean, you take away nothing from Utah. That was an abysmal performance out of the Jazz. Bojan Bogdanovic minus 37 in 28 minutes. Donovan Mitchell minus 38 in 32 minutes. Not good, folks. Not good at all. Nothing. I've got nothing to talk about from a DFS perspective yesterday. I got my clock cleaned, so no surprises there. Which means that I don't have much else to talk about. I mean, I'm starting. If I'm Philly, I'm getting a little nervous here. It's getting to the point where it's not fun. I don't think the Jazz have any sort of chance at this point. I think they're fully cooked. I wouldn't be surprised if Toronto came back. That's for sure. Yeah, Nate. Yeah, my Drummond shares didn't go as planned either. I didn't expect him to play 3 minutes. That was not ideal. Not ideal at all. But anyway, let's get into it. Let's start breaking down these games. Still no rise and grind banner. Still have to paint the bottom. That's coming today. But we're slowly but surely building it all out. So I'm excited for it. But anyway, rise and grind. It's there. I can see it. You guys just got to trust me on that one. I got a coffee. I'm incredibly excited to drink said coffee. So if you've got a coffee, tea, water, beer, join me in a bit of a drink. If you're eating right now, Pop-Tarts, chicken nuggets, pizza, tacos, whatever you got. Or if you're just getting in the greenery to start your day, whatever you have, join us now. Cheers. Rise and grind, everybody. Oh, that's good. That is so good. Let's do this. Yeah, Utah, they do have to blow it up. I'm really curious what they do. I hope they trade Donovan Mitchell. That's what I would do. I think you can get the most for Donovan Mitchell. That's just me. Oh, that is tasty. That is quite tasty. All right, here we go. First game, Atlanta, 7-point dogs in Miami. 217.5 total. For Atlanta, Q-tag on Capella, Q-tag on Bogdanovic. Lou Will is in. All those guys had been in for the past game, so I'm going to assume that they are again. And if that's the case, I want to see what Capella's rotation looked like in the last one. Gary, yes, I did. I played a lot of him. Well, technically, I thought Gary Trent was the best player of the slate yesterday, but that doesn't really make anything better for what you're trying to say. All right. So, Capella, that's not the right game, is it? Where is this game? Oh, there it is, right away, right at the top. All right, so Capella started second quarter rotation, third quarter rotation, played a little bit in the fourth. I mean, he was going to close, wasn't he? Like, Clint Capella was going to step right into 26 minutes, it seems. All right, I'm going to maintain that the Capella minutes that I have in here. That's really going to make the rest of this pretty easy to deal with. Now, Gallo's minutes were lighter, and that doesn't surprise me. It appears that DeLon Wright is the guy they're more likely to go to. TLC is out of the rotation, so it's a 9-man. Yeah, this is actually pretty easy for Atlanta. Yeah, we need to move some minutes around here. Otherwise, we're going to be fine. But like Okongwu's just going to play. Collins is just going to play. This is pretty easy. So I've got John Collins in for 28. And that seems about right. I need to get Okongwu more minutes. I got Trey in for 40. I'm comfortable there. 32 for Herter makes sense. 34 for Hunter makes some sense. Bogdanovich, that looks fine. DeLon Wright at 24 seems fine. I think we can go with something like that and be okay with it. I'm a little nervous about the Gallo minutes. I don't like a lot of what's going on here for Atlanta today, which should be no surprise, really. I mean, we're talking about taking on the Miami Heat. It's not a great matchup. Toasted Biscuits, good morning. Yeah, I don't really have much to talk about for Atlanta. I mean, 217 total is the lower. Like both Atlanta, Miami, and New Orleans, Philly, both relatively low totals. Minnesota, Memphis is the track meet, which we're used to at this point. Yeah, I mean, I think Young, Herter, and Hunter are the guys most likely to play big minutes, and that's why I've got Trey in for 40, Herter in for 32, and Hunter in for 33. So that'll do it for Atlanta. We go to Miami. I do not know the status on Kyle Lowry, but I can only imagine he is questionable. And no, he is out. Awesome. That makes it easier. Well, all of this becomes significantly easier then. We can very easily just take out Kyle Lowry. In this last one with no Kyle Lowry, we saw Max Strus play a bundle more. Gabe Vincent's minutes were fully solidified. So we're going to take 28 minutes here for Gabe Vincent. We're going to say Tyler Hero plays the backup run. Be able to get Caleb Martin out there. I am going to bump up Max Strus a bit. So we'll do something like that. Duncan Robinson did not see more time, which is kind of wild to think about. PJ Tucker, I think at 28 minutes makes a bunch of sense. We saw 23 minutes out of Victor Oladipo, 19 minutes out of Caleb Martin. Let's look at that rotation. So Oladipo closed the blowout, came on in the second quarter. Caleb Martin picked up 2 fouls. I can't imagine that's why that happened. He was 0 for 3 from the field and plus 20, though, on a 24-4 run. That looks like it was going to be funded by other people than Victor Oladipo, but obviously it went well. I mean, he was 3 for 10 for the field, 8 boards, 4. What are they going to do here? I mean, he's not playing anything more than like 16 minutes. Like he's not. It's not like he's going to ever close again. And they clearly wanted to go to Caleb Martin before him. So I don't really want to give Oladipo all that many minutes. I think Caleb Martin is likely to get more than Victor Oladipo. Because you're also going to play Tyler Hero more than 21 minutes. Or at least I would expect them to play Tyler Hero more than 21 minutes. Maybe they're not. Maybe I should take Tyler Hero down to 30. Mildly tricky rotation here, actually. Yeah, I just don't see where Victor Oladipo gets like big time minutes here. I don't expect, like, I have to expect Tyler Hero to play more. You know, the Bam minutes split with... Ooh, so they didn't really go to Dedmon. That was something I didn't notice either. Dedmon played 4-minute rotation, 3-minute and 30-second rotation at the end of the first quarter, and then didn't see the floor again. So they went to more, obviously, PJ Tucker backup center. So maybe that's another place where I can unearth some minutes. We'll take Dedmon down quite a bit, down to 6. And then that'll free me up to get Oladipo up to 16. I can get Caleb Martin to 17. That I like a little bit more. Now we got to take Kyle Lowry off for rates. I didn't play the rest of that slate the last time he was out, so let's grab those rates with no Kyle Lowry. Oladipo is not a god defensively. That is very much not a true statement. Fueled by vomit. That take is vomit-inducing. All right, Kyle Lowry off the floor in games that Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, and Tyler Hero all played. I mean, that's just crazy. Victor Oladipo was a pretty good defensive player 6 years ago. I think that time has come and gone in his career, as has just about everything that he does. He's not a very good NBA player any longer. In fact, he's pretty bad. But we won't let facts get in the way of our arguments. That's just too difficult. I assume I'm going to get to Bam for the 800th straight day, and that's going to get us nowhere. All right, rates are in for Miami. We'll start at the top here. Tyler Hero, 27.8% usage rate with no Kyle Lowry out there. No other real rate change. Actually does get some additional rebounding, so I'll bump that up a bit. Jimmy Butler, basically the same usage rate as he normally has, same assist rate as he normally has. So no major changes there for Butler. For Bam, he actually sees the ball a little bit less, which is interesting. A little bit more active on the boards. We get Gabe Vincent. He's pretty easy to project here. Morning, Brandon. Max Strus, 17% usage. And then finally, PJ Tucker, 10.6. Game number 1 in the books. Not all that appealing, I'm not going to lie. I don't think we're surprised there. You know we're going to get a lot of Minnesota, Memphis. But here's Atlanta. Trae Young, clear best piece here. 8,200 on FanDuel. If you're not getting to Trae Young on FanDuel, you are crazy. 9,300 on DraftKings. Clint Capella at 5K on FanDuel, I think, stands out. If you're expecting him to close, or if you think that he can close, 5K is worth it for Capella. I like that spot. And then finally, for Miami, we've got Bam Adebayo as your best Heat option. 7,100 on FanDuel, 6,900 on DraftKings. You guys have heard this one come out of my mouth for a few days now. Nothing's different. It's Bam Adebayo. And then Jimmy Butler, I guess, at 9,200 on DK. I can't imagine going to 10-8 Butler on FanDuel. Not the most appealing game in the world. Not a lot of really good options here. Even just guys showing up in positives of plus minus, it's basically like 3 apiece, 3.5 on FanDuel. That is gross. This game's going to look a little bit different, though. Minnesota at Memphis. Before we do that, let's do this. Boom, big screen again. Right there, Prize Picks, presenting sponsor of this show. If you go to awesemo.com/prizepicks-promo or click the link in the description of this video, you can get yourself 1 free month of Awesemo Plus Platinum. You can get a bit of a deposit bonus on that first deposit. And the most important thing, we got tons of tools at awesemo.com to help you out in everything that you're trying to do. But if you're still playing at Prize Picks, use our free Prize Picks player prop tool. Take advantage there. That's going to be the thing that helps you out the most. So right there, shout out to Prize Picks. All right, we go to Minnesota, Memphis. Minnesota 6-point dogs, 232 total. And this one should be pretty easy as well. I don't think any like really wacky stuff has been happening. Minnesota's got everybody available. Memphis has everybody available. We saw Vanderbilt get massive minutes these last 2 games. We saw Naz Reid play a little bit less now that Towns is playing upwards of 40 minutes. But it should be like a relatively easy tweak. We got Prince in for 14 minutes. We're going to bump up Jared Vanderbilt. 34 minutes for D'Angelo Russell, I like. 38 minutes for Edwards, I like. 31 minutes for Pat Bev, probably too light. Beasley down to 11 this last time out. That's where I got to start grabbing some minutes. So those 3 are going to come here. They're going to go to Jared Vanderbilt. And then Jaden McDaniels minutes are going to come down again. And I get Vanderbilt to 26. Although it's just that he doesn't have to close. That's where it starts to get a little dicey. I'm going to give him 28, though. I feel like I need to. I'm going to bump up Jordan McLaughlin 2 extra minutes, take Malik Beasley down 1. Actually, going to take Beasley to 20. That'll get Beverly to 32. No, I'm going to assume that they play this last game a bit more like they did game 5. I think they want to play Beverly big minutes. I don't have to change any rates here, but obviously Minnesota is going to be popping, and then I expect Memphis to be doing the same here. We know that there's no Steven Adams at this point for anything of value. We know what we're getting out of Morant and Bane and Brooks. Tyus Jones minutes look fine. Brandon Clark's minutes look fine. Jaren Jackson's minutes look fine. Tillman probably a bit over projected. So we'll give more of that run to Brandon Clark. Up to 24. Melton just not really playing in this series. So that frees up 8 extra minutes. That'll get us to the 26 minutes we want to give to Brandon Clark. And that will allow us to give Desmond Bane 2 more minutes. An extra minute to Dylan Brooks. And I guess a little bit more to Zaire. He played, he played 14 minutes this last time out. So I'll give him 2 more. I got 1 more just hanging out. Who should get that final minute? Honestly, it's probably Ja. It really is probably Ja. I got to leave Jaren Jackson in at 28 because I think that's what they want him to do. I'm going to give it to Clark. I'm going to take him up to 27. All right, let's see what this game looks like. Minnesota. Towns is your top option. Edwards is second. And those 2 guys outpace everybody on the team by a lot. Towns is 9,400 on FanDuel, 9,100 on DK. Edwards is 8K on FanDuel, 8K on DraftKings. Those are the 2 guys you're prioritizing from Minnesota. I think Russell and Beverly and Vanderbilt are all very much in play. Probably not a lot else. On Memphis, Dylan Brooks to me is the best option. 5,200 on FanDuel, 5,800 on DraftKings. Jaw and Bane on DraftKings look better than they do on FanDuel. Bane in particular, where he's $400 cheaper. It's pretty blurry in this one, but they're still going to look better than that first game. And as we add in game number 2, we'll see. So Trey maintains the top spot on FanDuel, but he's in basically a tie with Dylan Brooks. I expect Brooks to actually show up more. Towns and Edwards show up in that upper echelon on FanDuel. And then on DraftKings, Towns, Edwards, Brooks, Morant, 4 of the top 5 plays. So really pushing out that Miami Atlanta game. And then finally, the New Orleans Pelicans taking on the Phoenix Suns. 6.5-point dogs, 215 total in this one. For New Orleans, no news. For Phoenix, I'm sure no news. Yeah, still no Booker, clearly. This one should go pretty well. I don't think we'll have a ton of changes to make. Jackson Hayes playing less and less, as he should. Got 40 minutes for CJ, 38 minutes for Brandon Ingram, 38 minutes for Herb Jones, 30 minutes for Joe Val. I like all of that. And then it's just sort of like this random mishmash of everybody else. We got Trey Murphy in for 20 minutes. We got Devontae Graham in for 10. They're going deeper than you would really expect them to, but I should probably get a couple extra minutes to Larry Nance from somewhere. We'll take 2 more away from Jackson Hayes. That bumps up Nance. And then, honestly, that's probably it. Or do I? Yeah, no, I probably need 2 more to Nance. Take them from Najee Marshall, so it doesn't really matter. Get Nance up to 24. And for Phoenix, I don't know what changes they're going to be able to make because I don't really think they have the bodies to make the changes. Paul in for 38, Bridges in for 40. I mean, maybe I need to make that 42. Ayton's minutes look fine. Crowder at 32 is probably the goal. Cam Johnson got up to 28. We saw a lot less minutes out of Shamet and a lot more minutes out of Campaign. So I'm going to take 3 minutes away from Shamet, give those to Campaign. Torrey Craig was not very good. JaVale was not very good. But I think this rotation that I have in here right now just holds. So I think we're done with Phoenix. So for New Orleans, we've got Herb Jones is probably your best option. 4,800 on FanDuel, 4,800 on DraftKings. People have been not liking that take. Went for 30 the last time. He's going to rank high. He's going to rank high for the Pels, not necessarily for like anything else. The Pelicans do not look very good. This whole slate doesn't look very good outside of that Minnesota-Memphis game. And as we go to Phoenix, yeah, like Chris Paul for 9K on DraftKings, yeah. Ayton for 7,900, yeah. Not much else as far as I'm concerned. So let's run the crunches and see how this breaks out, but I don't think we're going to see a lot that we like here. Kind of similar to yesterday. By the way, we have 81 viewers, 29 likes. That's on me for not asking, but if you're here and you haven't hit the like button yet, please do so. It helps us out a ton, helps me out a ton to know that people are watching and enjoying. I don't know why I clicked on DraftKings first. We all know we do FanDuel here before we start. Alrighty, first one up, FanDuel Optimals. What do we got here? Ooh, didn't mean to do that. There we go. FanDuel Optimal in. $345.7. Crispy, what's going on? Ken, good morning. John Morant, Trae Young, Tyler Hero, Dylan Brooks, Jay Crowder, Kyle Anderson, Towns, Bam, Jaren Jackson. I mean, I don't really have much of an issue with that lineup. I just think it's highly, highly variant. Now, this is just going to be gross, I think. I think we're just going to see Wow. Okay. It is Dylan Brooks season on FanDuel, folks. Not that I'm surprised by it, given his position and price and minutes. It makes sense to me. Like, he took 20 shots the last time out, 30% usage. Dylan Brooks is your number one contender on FanDuel. Bam Adebayo and Trae Young are the only other two guys above 50%. Towns, Anderson, Edwards above 40%. Kyle Anderson just in this like value play no man's land right now. And then everybody above 30 is Jaren Jackson, John Morant, Tyler Hero, Russell, Bane, and McCollum. Then we go to DK. Close it out. SMP, good morning. You're a little late. All right, DraftKings Optimal. That's a lot of blue. Wow. So it's the full game stack plus BAM. That's amazing to see. 295.3. Beverly, Brooks, Anderson, Vanderbilt, Edwards, Jackson, Towns with a one-off of BAM. That's what we've got going on DraftKings today. Optimal lineup of a Memphis, Minnesota game stack. 4x3. Power rankings. I think there's going to be a lot of blue in this left-hand column. I'm about to see it. Bam in a dogfight with Vanderbilt. Looking like it's going to be Bam. Bam Adebayo is your number one contender on DraftKings today. Vanderbilt 2, Brooks 3. Then we drop into the 30s. Towns, Edwards, Anderson, Beverly. And then everybody above 25 is Herb Jones, Bane, Bridges, Paul, Young, Russell, and Jaren Jackson Jr. Folks, we cruised through that one. 28 minutes, done and dusted. Anybody have any questions? Anybody else have anything they want to see before we get out of here? And if you haven't hit that like button yet, please do so whenever you can. What do you got? Might not have anything. This is a terrible slate. I think it's really hard. I think figuring out Minnesota and Memphis is incredibly difficult. All right, Noel. Even though I'm not doing it today, even though I don't have Yahoo content, I will do a Yahoo crunch for you. Thank you for being here. Yahoo Optimal, Yahoo Power Rankings. We'll be quick. Didn't hit the upload button. I was like, where are my projections? There we go. Yahoo Optimal. Oh, it's so like, I guess I'm being like mildly disingenuous when I say that stuff, Justin Sports. What the slate is equally easy and hard. I look at it like this. On days like today, where I think there's a lot of ambiguity in plays, like the 5th best play and the 15th best play, I don't think are all that different. Just, it's like a minute here or there. I think those days are really, really hard. On days where there are really obvious plays, they benefit me. I'd like to think that they benefit me and the people that are putting in the work more, because more people try to talk themselves out of very obvious stuff. And it makes the lineup construction a lot easier to put together. When it's like a day like today, where you can cast this really wide net, like, I don't really have much to say between... let me run the power rankings first, and I'll explain a little bit further. Optimal on Yahoo: Beverly, Russell, Ingram, Edwards, Anderson, Vanderbilt, Bam Adebayo, Towns. So pretty similar to the DraftKings version. Like when you get that value play that's like really, really obvious, maybe not really obvious, where it's like the 3K guy in the starting lineup, but when you get a guy that's going to pull like large chunks of ownership, and you get people that are like trying, it's not as bad now as it used to be, but like people would just actively try to get away from it. But on a day like today, where like, give me two guys that are like comparable in salary, but like down the line. So perfect. Like John Morant and Chris Paul on Yahoo today, separated by 4 fantasy points. Very similar odds coming out of here. I don't have a clue. Like paying up between those guys, it's a coin flip to me. But then you get into the middle tier. It's like, do you really have a lean on who's going to be better and get the minutes out of Kevin Huerter, Brandon Clark, and DeAndre Hunter? Like that's where it starts to get really dicey, where you can pick any of these guys. Oh, you have a feeling between Jay Crowder at $14, Herb Jones at $18. Everything just really smushes together on a day like today, where you can't really make any lineup mistakes, and it really makes it harder to squeeze out as much edge. Now, power rankings on Yahoo: Towns by a mile at 57%. We drop down to Kyle Anderson at 2, Vanderbilt 3. They're the only guys above 40. Russell at 39, Beverly at 35. Ingram, Brooks, Trae Young, and Edwards are the guys above 30. SMP. I don't think that the Oladipo thing is going to be as real as it seems. I think that this is going to be. I don't think he's guaranteed to get that sort of playing time again. One, he closed this blowout and played the final 15 minutes of the game. Like that's not happening again. He came on after Caleb Martin, which I think is interesting. After Duncan Robinson as well. They went on a 24-4 run while he was on the floor. He was 0 for 3 from the field. So, like, I don't think that anything came out of that for Oladipo. I assume that he just plays, like, bench run. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it. We're going to get out of here. Thank you for watching. Contenders videos will be out shortly. And then that's it. So, enjoy yourselves. Good luck. We are back again tomorrow. We do have another process show for Wednesday, so don't worry there. We've got... Oh, wait, maybe we don't. No, we don't have a process show tomorrow. That's just Bulls, Bucks at 7:30, Nuggets, Warriors at 10. So no process show tomorrow? Am I getting that right? Is it back on Thursday then? Yeah, okay, so no process show tomorrow. Be aware of that. On Thursday, we likely have one. But we don't... No, I think we definitely have one on Thursday. There we go. Yeah, so nothing tomorrow. Definitely have one Thursday. Potentially don't have to have one on Friday, but we will see. You guys will get me again later this week. Thank you for being here. This was The Process.